Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sally's Sweet Life. I'm Sally, your host, and today I'm going to be looking at a beautiful yoga pose or a flowing sequence of poses called BHUJANGASANA, or maybe you've heard it as striking Cobra. It's a great selection of poses that bring warmth and strength to your body, and I'm just going to go through some of those key elements for alignment right now. So we start in child pose, so you can join me if you like. Don't have the knees too wide for this one because we're rolling straight through, but bring them, they're not together, but they're not really wide. They're maybe a little bit wider than your hips. Toes are together, and then just lay over your legs, dropping your head. The first thing we want to do is lift your head and gaze at the piece of floor in between your hands and make sure your fingers are nicely spread. I'm going to roll through it, and then I'm going to keep coming back and showing you different points to it. So after we've lifted the head, and we want to lift the hips, and I'm going to ground my elbows immediately. This gives me a great amount of aligned support right through my shoulder girdle and into the core. I'm still looking forward, and I'm going to, and I'll turn around and I'll show you front on in a moment, but at the moment, my elbows are in a perfect line between my wrist and my shoulder. So my elbows are not wide of my wrist and they're not in of my wrist. They're in a perfect alignment. From here, the tail will be already tilting up like we do in down dog. You're looking and gazing forward. The first thing there's two things that happen at the same time. One of them is you slide forward, and the second is you lift the elbow and swoop through chin, chest, hips. You can stay in low cobra. So we're squeezing the butt, pulling the shoulders back and down. Notice how my chin is tucked in. Or if you're wanting a little bit more, you can push up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or up dog. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Don't drop the knees to the floor, but just lift them up really strong so you have a beautiful line, an even disbursement of back work from feet all the way through your spine and legs right up to your neck. We drop the knees, curl the back, toes come together, and we come back to the beginning. That's what it looks like, BHUJANGASANA. I'm just going to change the orientation of my mat so you can have a little look front on, because the number one error that I see in my yoga classes with this one is elbow alignment, because you really do need a certain amount of strength to be able to hold yourself as you're swooping through. So let's talk about that. So we're down here in child pose. You tuck the chin in. We're looking up, lifting and grounding first and foremost. And then I'm going to swoop through. I keep the elbows pulling in. There's the load through the tricep and up. I had a question in my yoga class the other day. I'll just turn side on so you can see. I should have brought two mats. And one of my participants said they had their elbows really wide, and unfortunately for them, they were right in the front, so I could see that. And they said, I don't know how to lift, because we were going through it really slowly. And she's like, I can't get through, because she wasn't lifting her elbows. So it's this beautiful look, kind of lean forward, lift, hug the ribs in, hug your arms in, right in toward your ribs. So you're getting this fabulous opportunity for strength through the tricep and the shoulder. It is strong. It's a strong pose. There's no doubt about it. If you didn't want to do it, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to go there at all. It's just my back doesn't bend that way and whatever. You could just simply go to here, lift, press, drop the hips, roll back. Let me just do that again. I'm dropping to the elbow. I'm in that great kind of cow position with my tail up and my chin up. I'm just going to extend that more. You could stay here. If you want more, you lean the hips forward and pull the shoulders back and then come back down. Just again, if your elbows are not, and you're seeing this sort of thing, I can't even do it, it just feels so weird. There's definitely pressure through the wrist and the shoulder there. It just doesn't have that beautiful support that alignment brings so that the whole body works in harmony to get the results that we're wanting in this pose, which is movement and fluidity through the spine and upper body strength. Yeah, and there's lots happening. There's lots happening. There's a beautiful lengthening through the abdominals. There's work in the back. It's worth having a bit of a practice with this one. Find what's really working well for you and then just go with that as you progress through and develop on. I hope this helps with your yoga, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps and supports me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.